Good day, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss the lesson 6 of Reading in the Philippine History about the works of Juan Luna and Fernando Amorsolo. But before that, let me introduce you first myself. My name is Chris N. Espinosa, a freshman BPED student at Tugulwan Community College. Okay, without further ado, let's proceed to our main topic. Okay, let's start in the history of painting in the Philippines. The Spanish friars introduced Western painting in the Philippines to artisans who learned to copy on two-dimensional form from the religious icons that the friars brought from Spain. So, for the first century of the Spanish colonization, painting was limited to religious icons. Portraits of saints and of the Holy Family became a familiar sight in churches. Other subject matters include the Passion of Christ, the Via Crucis, the Crucifixion, and portrayal of heaven, purgatory, and hell. And now, let me introduce to you Juan Luna and Fernando Amorsolo. Juan Luna and Fernando Amorsolo, kinis lang duwa ay mga importanteng mga artists in the history of visual arts in the Philippine history. So this section is mag-focus ta sa ilang life and most important works. Okay, let's start from Juan Luna. Juan Luna was born on October 23, 1857 in Batok, Ilocos Norte. He was the third among the 7 children of Joaquin Luna de San Pedro y Posadas from Zambales and Lorena Nevicio y Accheta from La Union. So, he had married Maria de la Paz Pardo de Tavera and had 2 children. So, for further information about Juan Luna de San Pedro and Nevicio Accheta, Juan Luna was a Filipino painter, sculptor, and a political activist sculptor in the Philippine Revolution during late 19th century. And he became the first recognized Philippine artist. So, Juan Luna studied at Ateneo de Manila University with Bachelor of Art degree, and his book is Juan de Luna Drawings, the Paris period from the collective dock of Ella Trillo and Pascua. And the name of his children are Andres Luna de San Pedro and Bibi Luna. So, Juan Luna died on December 7, 1899 in Hong Kong due to heart attack. Okay, now let's proceed to his historical background of the document. So, Juan Luna is the grade 1 Filipino artist in the Philippine history with masterpieces. He excelled in artistry, but he also a political activist during the time of the Philippine Revolution during the late 19th century. So, as what I've said lately, Juan Luna also a political activist during the time of the Philippine Revolution during the late 19th century. Okay, nara akong gihulat. Okay, let's proceed to Juan Luna's works. So, as you can see, naritulo ka artworks or paintings. But, Juan Luna's is daghan gyud siya painting, but nagpili lang kog tulo sa kanang ganahan ako nga mga paintings sa iya. So, mura na akong gi-example. Okay? So, the first example is the Spolarium. So, this painting was submitted by Luna to the Exposition Nacional de Bella Artes in 1889 in Madrid, where it garnered the first gold medal. So, through this work, Luna was able to highlight the hardship of the Filipino masses under the rule of the Spaniards. Spolarium portrays the defeated gladiator in the arena being dragged into a pile of other corpses. Okay, the second example is the Parisian Life. So this painting, also known as the Interior de Vienne Cave, it is an 1892 oil on canvas impressionist painting by the Filipino painter and revolutionary activist Juan Luna. So, Luna's critics say on the painting that it is a rich portrayal of contemporary norms put upon women. So they believe that the woman in the cafe is a prostitute who is the subject of the male gaze. So back in the day, Parisian women who did not conform to the traditional role of a femme or respectable women were deemed to be in the sex trade. Okay, next, the last example is the España y Filipinas. So España y Filipinas, it is a painting described that Spain of the Philippines in translation. It is an act 1896 oil wood by Filipino painter Ilustrado and revolutionary activist created 1886. So for the interpretation of this portrait or art, España y Filipinas, it is an allegorical painting using two female figures to represent the colonial relationship between Spain and the Philippines. Okay, now let's proceed on his contribution and relevance. So, the biggest contribution of Juan Luna is the historical spolarium. So, katong spolarium nga art. So, katong nga art, it is a remarkable painting wherein it is a tremendous interpretation of the sociological situation in the Philippines. So, mauto tanan ang naakang Juan Luna. Now, let's proceed to Fernando Amorsolo. Okay, Fernando Amorsolo y Cueto was one of the most important artists in the Philippines. Amorsolo was a portraitist and painter of rural Philippine landscape. He is popularly known for his craftsmanship and mastery in the use of light. He was born on May 30, 1892 in Paco, Manila. Don Falolan de la Rosa, his mother's cousin, was also a Filipino painter. Okay, at the age of 13, Amorsolo became an apprentice to de la Rosa, who would eventually become the advocate and guide to Amorsolo's painting career. Okay, for his historical background of the document, which was held at the Ayala Museum as a part of series. Two of the panelists brought up the question whether the artist to be considered as a major painter. Okay, let's start from the first example. It is the Planting Rice with Mayon Volcano. So this painting interpret the happy Filipino villagers in their bright clothes and straw hats work together amid a green and sunlit landscape of plenty. Behind them, releasing a peacefully plump of steam, rises the beautifully symmetrical cone of Mayon stratovolcano. So, for further explanation sa interpretation of this art, this painting captured the traditional Filipino occupation of farm life in a community of men and women on a hot sunny day. Okay, for the second example is the flag of our mothers. So this painting shows three women, namely Marcela Moreno de Agoncillo on the right side, refer as the mother of the Philippine flag, with the help of Lorenza Andifina Herbosa de Natividad, which is actually the daughter of Marcela. They was tasked by General Emilio Aguinaldo to sew the first flag for the new republic. Okay, for the third example is the fruit pickers under the mango tree. So for the interpretation of this painting shows one of the aspect of Filipino culture, like being happy even though they are hard at work, as well as the Filipino close ties with each other. So it also shows the capability of women to work and to be dependable. The women's beauty in simplicity was represented from the face of the woman in the middle up to their clothes. Also, this was painted around the time when there was a rise in women's right. Women in the Philippines was given the right to vote, and it might have influenced Armosolo to create this painting. Okay, now let's proceed to his contribution and relevance. So during the post-war period, Insular Life commissioned Fernando Amorsolo to create a series of paintings of historical events to be put in the office, and which were subsequently used in Insular Life calendars from the late 50s to 80s, and paid him 1,000 pesos each. Then Amorsolo also created this artwork to show the true value of Filipinos. They are hardworking yet happy of what they are doing. Also make the world aware about true Filipino beauty. Overall, this painting was intended in show Filipinos' characteristic glow. This can be proven by looking at the characters in the painting. Not only that, taking a look back at the events proves its true meaning. So, mao tong mga kuan ni mao na to tanan ang naa kang Fernando Amorsolo. But before we end this discussion, I'm gonna give you some three reasons why the paintings are important to the grand narrative of the Philippines. So, first one, the paintings. The vision and the life of Juan Luna and Fernando Amorsolo can be an inspiration to the future generation artists and painters in order for them to live with their dreams and depict how beautiful the world they are in through paintings. So, second, so through this through paintings, we can able to visualize the events happen in the past with a combination of history and our imagination. So these paintings should put more exposure to us Filipino, especially to the young ones, becoming it is an eye opener, making us realize that these paintings are national treasures. And for us to make forward as nation, it is a vital that we back ourselves with the help of these paintings. So for the last one, paintings have its own relevance and goal, and both of it has a huge connection to the people of the Philippines. And that's all. And thank you for listening, and thank you.